Hello and welcome to Blytheway Business News, where today we're joined by Kyla Hardy, who is President and Chief Executive of Cloudbreak Discovery. Cloudbreak is now listed on the main market at London Stock Exchange, a market capitalisation of around £9 million sterling. It has a model which some describe as a project generator, a project incubator, but I'm sure we'll hear more about that in a moment. Kyla, welcome back on the programme. The last time you were here, you were going through the process of listing on the main market. A lot's happened since then. Give us a very quick update.
Thanks, Tim. I'm happy to be back, and yeah, we're finally listed on the main market. It was a long process, but one which I think is going to bear fruit. So far, it's been pretty active for our first I guess 2 months of trading nearly, and we've come out with a number of announcements and company updates. Including our first project acquisition and some interesting new management additions.
So let's start by talking about the projects. I think you've got 4 that you can update us on. You have clearly been very busy. Let's go through those. First of all, South Timmins.
Yeah, South Timmins. So we executed a first pass geophysical program on that, which has borne some fruit so far. We're currently off the back of that geophysic program. We are in discussions with several parties to advance that asset on our behalf and hopefully be a flagship project for somebody moving forward here.
And then you've gone into helium with Imperial Helium. UK viewers may not know too much about helium, but I think we've only got one company over here currently, besides yourselves, listed in helium, but in huge demand for MRI scanners, in huge demand around the world. You've gone into Imperial Helium. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so Imperial Helium, a primary helium production company. We were involved in founding and setting up the company. The CEO, David Johnson, over there has done a fantastic job acquiring their initial asset and subsequently recently spudding their first well. So we're hoping to get an update from them in the coming weeks here of them achieving their target depth on their first wellbore and hopefully starting a second one. So we've got our fingers crossed. It's a really interesting opportunity that they've started to develop.
And the next one is, I may pronounce this completely incorrectly, but I'm sure you'll put me right. Alliance Minerals? Was I close?
So we formed a strategic partnership with Alianza Minerals, and it's a management team that's really well known to us. Our COO now, Rory Ku'ululu, has worked extensively with their technical and senior team over the last number of years since he joined the mineral exploration business on the West Coast here. And we've known them as colleagues and investors for a number of years as well, personally. So I'm excited to be working with them down in the Southwest United States, looking for new copper assets. And recently, we staked our first one with them, the Klondike asset in Southwest Colorado, which we should be executing our first pass exploration program on in the near term.
And then finally, of the 4 that you've already got involved in, we have TMAS. Tell us a bit about TMAS.
Yeah, TMAS. They've been not necessarily busy as far as the public markets are concerned, but behind the scenes, very busy firming up a number of transactions and acquisitions. They've recently completed a earn-in agreement, or the definitive agreement for an earn-in agreement on the Piscanja boron asset in Serbia. We see that as a really interesting asset, and they're going to be heading into a PEA and a PFS hopefully over the coming months here. So that's one aspect of what they're up to. The second aspect is the LeBlanc asset, which we were a vendor of to TMAS, and they're going to be starting a PEA on that in the coming weeks here. So we're excited to see how that shakes out, and some of their new technology getting applied to the metallurgy on the project.
So would I be right to say that strategically you are reducing risk by diversifying geographically, by diversifying into commodity. But then what investors really want to know is, well, are these the guys who are making the smart calls on those diversifications? Do they know those countries? Do they know those commodities? Which leads on to, I suppose, the second part of this discussion, because you said at the top of the show, not only have you made the 4 investments, you've also strengthened the management team. The guys will be helping you make those investment decisions. Tell us about the guys you brought into Cloudbreak.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Rory Kutalulu, who, when we IPO'd, he started as our VP exploration. We've moved him to a chief operating officer position now. Rory and I have been working together for a number of years. As we've talked about previously, he's an excellent explorationist, but also very good on the business corporate development side of stuff, keeping the company on the rails, if you will, and making sure that that we're making sound decisions. His experience in project development for such early in his career has just been absolutely phenomenal, having completed 2 feasibility studies at this point, and been involved in extensive exploration all over North and South America, as well as Europe. So we think that moving him up to the COO position is going to be a really strong move for us. And again, it'll be managing the technical and corporate aspects alongside myself. Now, the 2 other people that we brought in from that weren't part of the deal before are Henrik Mikkelsen, a portfolio manager and business advisor out of Zug, Switzerland. He's joined as VP Corporate Development in order to help with our investor outreach, but also locating new projects, new ideas in and around Europe, which was part of our business plan as we moved this forward. He's been in the financial services business for over 20 years now, and really has a good sense, I think, of what of how to position the company moving forward, so that we can get the most bang for our buck, if you will.
Okay, thanks, Kyla. Tell us about the 3rd member of the team, Cam.
Yeah, so Cam Barsh is a great addition for us. We brought him in as VP Exploration to take over Rory's role with his promotion. Cam's got an extensive background across Europe and North America on the structural geology side, as well as resource estimation and advanced technical studies. We think that experience is really going to help us evaluate larger and more advanced projects that us and some of our companies are going to be getting involved in moving forward here. So I'm really pleased with all 3 additions to our management team, and think they'll complement our skill set very well.
Well, it sounds like it, with geologists coming on board and financial people who've got skills and reach into Europe. You're positioning it very well. So a lot's been achieved since you moved to the main market, but let's just probe you a little bit more. What can investors and people looking at Cloudbreak expect in the next few weeks?
Coming weeks are going to see the implementation of a number of exploration programs, both in Colorado on our new Klondike asset, as well as several smaller assets that we've recently acquired in northwestern British Columbia here. In addition to those first pass exploration projects, we're in advanced discussions with a number of what we think are very sound partners to advance several of the assets moving forward. So we'll be hoping to have some good news around bringing new partners in on those assets.
Well, as they say, news flow is the lifeblood of small companies, and so far since you moved to the main market, there's been no shortage of news flow, and it sounds like there's going to be more to come. Kyla, thank you for joining us. You must come back and keep us updated on progress. That was Kyla Hardy, Chief Executive and President of Cloudbreak Discovery. As I said, Cloudbreak is now listed on the main market at the London Stock Exchange, a ticker of CDL, and a market capitalization of around £9 million. That's it from Blytheway Business News for now. Thanks for watching.